Good day, YouTube. It's been a while. All I'm doing today is I am replacing this, and it is a crankshaft position sensor. This is the broken one, or at least I hope so, because my car is not starting, but it's cranking over. And this one here is the one I'm going to put on. Yeah, a quick little rundown here. When I took this part out of the parts car, I had this all apart, and yeah, I had this reservoir out of here, the alternator off. I even went as far as to get the pulley for the water pump off so I could get at the bolts properly. And yeah, I got it off here. It was pretty tight with everything in place that you see. All I took off was this bar that was here, and then I actually took off the tensioner, which I didn't have to do, I don't believe. So yeah, I'm just giving you a heads up on that you don't need to take all that apart if you don't have to. I use a 7mm deep socket to get it out. You do need either an extension or a deep socket because you need the extra couple inches there or whatever. So that's a 7mm. I needed a 13 to get these bolts off. The tensioner I believe is a 15mm, and there's a 10mm somewhere as well. Oh yeah, that's to get this reservoir off, is a 10mm. So yeah, it's the other thing I need to tell you, if I had some light, is where the bolts are, because it hits kind of cockeyed, kind of sort of like this in there. If you can see it, if you get a flashlight and look, go for it. But you really can't get a light in there when you're working, so you have to feel around with your fingers. And there's another bolt just above the one here. There's one just above it, like right there. So you got to make sure you get the one at the bottom of those two, and it's really tight to get in there. So if you got somebody with smaller hands than you, you might want to negotiate with them so that they can do this for you. But it's a lot of cranking. Like, there's a lot of thread on here, and as you can see, they use Loctite. So yeah, I don't think if you cracked them, or sorry, if you what am I trying to say? If you break the bolt in some way, you might just be screwed. I don't know how you'd get this off otherwise, or fix it, or tap and die back in there. So you got to be very careful when you're doing this. But yeah, and the other thing is you're working with plastic, just in the one situation here with the wiring harness. So as you can see with all the snow, plastic breaks and when it's cold. So you want to use a heater of some kind to get everything closer to zero. So it's all thought out a little bit, and it's easier to work on too, because cold steel is cold. Okay, over and out.